Jackson State continues to change the game in the NIL space when it comes to HBCU football, HBCU sports, and NIL. I'm here to talk about it. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Man, this is good. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload all the time. And yes, I'm back. I've been on a little hiatus, but I am back because we're inching that much closer to the start of the college football season. And you know, HBCU football is what we do on this channel. We do a little bit Colorado, but we do HBCU football, specifically Jackson State, because you know I love my good folks down in Jackson. So be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, because this story is a few days old, but I was on my hiatus. Now I'm back. You know, last year I did a hiatus because I had a baby. This year we're back, and I've been waiting to do the story, just haven't had time. And now I'm finally here because I saw something that JSU is doing that once again reminded me of what the FBS programs do when it comes to college football and NIL and raising funds, and how you are able to not only go out and get players, but to retain your players and to keep your players from leaving your program to going to bigger schools, to bigger programs, outside of the culture and the experience that you can only get at a place like Jackson State, as opposed to another place that may be offering you more money or maybe offering you better facilities or whatever the case may be. But then there is the monetary value and what the JSU alumni, the JSU fan base is doing to do their part to keep their guys. And one of the things that I noticed, I didn't know this was happening until recently, is that they have a whiskey. They partner with Greenwood Whiskey to garner themselves one of the best NIL deals or the best NIL partnerships in the country. I'm going to share this tab instead. And what does that say over there? 1400 Club, KC 1400 Club, Greenwood Whiskey. Small batch, 92 proof. I'm from Kentucky. You know, we get it. Y'all call it bourbon. I call it whiskey. I mean, y'all call it whiskey. We call it bourbon. This is brilliant. This is, once again, how you separate yourselves. This is what the University of Louisville does. This is what the big boys do. This is how you make yourself stand out from the rest. This is why when, you know, Colsey is talking to his alumni base, is talking to his administration, is talking to the people there at FAMU, they're like, we need to get on what they own, because they're doing stuff like this. They're creating their NIL, the KC 1400 Club. I'm not sure. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if it's the official collective of JSU, but it's definitely one of the main collectives of JSU athletics, particularly football. But they cover everybody. I saw they've signed softball players, women's basketball players, basketball. They've done it all over there at KC 1400. Shout out to King Clark and those guys. But this is big time. Like, I don't know if this was made big enough, like if this was a big enough deal when they launched it, because I missed the launch. Once again, I was on a hiatus, but I missed the launch. But it's not just getting the whiskey, it's not just getting the bourbon, it's not just getting the actual item itself. Now I'm going back to Ken's tweet. It says, Tiger Nation, we are 40 signups away from our goal. This was like a week ago. Let's get active. So I'm more likely they've sold, you know, they've blown past that goal. But look at what they had already done. We've sold 237 bottles of Greenwood since the pre-order drop. That's not a typo. And then this other tweet from the account Coach's publicist says, breaking news, KC 1400 and Greenwood is sold out. Its initial 200 pre-order bottles, along with 37 additional pre-orders, monumental. And this is, once again, these tweets are from a week ago, because I told you I've been having this. I saw this when it happened, and then I got caught up with life. But this is insane. This is absurd. This is how you do it. This is how we do it. This is why JSU talks the way they talk. This is why JSU acts the way they act. This is why, now, granted, this isn't football plays. This isn't a basketball shot. This isn't a home run on the baseball field. This isn't a double play on the softball field, right? Like, this is just outside of the game itself. But how do you how do you separate yourselves from your contemporaries? How do you separate yourselves from your peers? How do you separate yourselves in the SWAC? How do you separate yourself in HBCU football? How do you separate yourself in FCS sports? You do stuff like this and then you follow through. So if I'm not mistaken, the pre-order, they sold over 200 from the jump. Let me see. Oh shoot, what is going on? So these bottles were essentially $50 a pop. I mean, no math whiz. That's why I'm pulling out my calculator. But they sold 50. These bottles are being sold $50 a pop. They sold 200. It's $10,000, guys. And that's just on the pre-order. They said they had another 37, and this was a week ago. Who's to say they aren't at 300 orders or 400 orders? How many orders will they be able to get in before the start of the football season? Now, they don't get all the money, right? Proceeds of the money go to the athletics department. But once again, this is how you separate yourself. This is how you make it to where you can go out and retain a Jacoby Morgan after winning the Celebration Bowl. This is how you're able to go out and get a Rembert from Mississippi Valley, even though he was filled in FBS offers. And then he enters the portal after getting there because he is getting those FBS offers, and you're able to keep him there in Jackson. This is how you're able to do that, because you get creative and you operate as if you're one of the big boys. You operate as if you're, and let me not say it like that, because that's belittling. Hell no. Let me rewind that back. Let me rewind that the hell back. This is how you operate. You operating as if you're an FBS program, because this is what the FBS programs do. You guys know I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I cover the Louisville Cardinals throughout the year, along with doing this type of stuff. And this is exactly what they do. There's a beer. They just did Jackson State, KC 1400 Club, did whiskey. The Cardinals do a thing called Cardinal U of L. Let me make sure. Let me see. Make sure so I can just show you what this looks like. They do a thing called Cardinal. It's a beer instead of a whiskey. It's the exact same thing. This is not showing me what I want to see. I wish I've had them plenty of times, but this is just their press release. But this is the exact same thing that the FBS programs do. And this isn't just strictly to Louisville. I'm just showing you because this is what came to mind. But like, they do Cardinal. It's a beer. I think they came out with a bourbon as well, but this is the one that gets sold in the games. And see, that's the evolution of this. See, I'm gonna tell you where this is going. So this is what Louisville does to fund or help fund some of their NIL stuff. They teamed up with a place called Gravely Brewing and create and launched the Cardinal. When they were first released, they were sold out everywhere, and now you can still get them. But how this evolves, how this Greenwood partnership, if the powers that be want it to go this way, how this is going to evolve, because once again, just like the Greenwood partnership, the money goes to the athletics fund and goes to NIL, blah, blah, blah. But what evolved from this is that then they started selling the Cardinal at the games. They started selling the Cardinal in the stadiums. They started selling the Cardinal at the arenas. They started now, not only can you go to the Gravely Brewing place or to your local Kroger or Walmart or wherever you get your groceries and get the Cardinal or liquor store or whatever, but then you can also, when you're at the game, you can get it too. And it's funding the athletics once again. That's the evolution of what Ken Clark and those guys, KC 1400, have done with Greenwood. I don't know what the beer regulations are in the SWAC or what the alcohol regulations are at different places in the SWAC, but that's the evolution, whether it's with this bourbon or with this whiskey, or if you flip that. Okay, we did the whiskey thing. Now we're going to do the beer thing, because we know at a good tailgate, there's going to be some brews around, just like it's going to be some bottles of bourbon, right? Or bottles of whiskey. It's going to be the brews. It's going to be the whiskey. And then if you flip it, once again, I don't know the rules and regulations of alcohol inside SWAC arenas, alcohol inside HBCU arenas. I don't know that. I'm not going to act like I do. because when I went, I didn't have any alcohol. But at the same time, once you flip that, then you're going to start selling that stuff in the arenas. Then you're going to start selling that stuff at the games. And once again, it continues to push you ahead. Now, this may be 2-3 years down the line, 3, 4, or 5 years down the line, but you've already started now. And that means you're already ahead of your competition. You're already ahead of Southern. You're already ahead of FAMU. You're already ahead of Bethune. You're already ahead of Texas Southern. They're playing catch up. So much so that once again, I keep referencing it, James Colsey went to his school, went to his donors, went to his base and said, why the hell ain't we like Jackson State? It's hard to beat them when they're doing that and we're not doing anything, or we're not doing it to that level. We're not doing it to that magnitude. Bravo. Brav the hell up. Brav the hell o to KC 1400, JSU, and everybody involved in making this happen, because this is genius. This is genius, and you planted the seed, you've laid the groundwork to continue to evolve this thing into ways that people may not have imagined, in exactly the same way those FBS programs that you're looking to beat, the smaller ones anyway, like Southern Miss, that either A, they do it, or B, they don't even do it this way. Bravo. Bravo. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. JSU continues to kill the game in NIL. My name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. I made a new Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at JeffLightsYJr, at JeffLightsyJr. Thank you, guys. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you get out of here, and I will see you next time. Peace.